How do blink?
Guys,
How do blink go?
this is a this is for Bethesda and any Bethesda worker that may be watching this. We have been a fan of your games for a long time. We want to thank all of you for your work and your efforts in making things right, because a lot of people just, I see in this world a lot nowadays, is that a lot of people will hate on the company and the game and whatever. They'll find a reason. And it sickens me, but it also shows me when through all that new content for all the games and stuff that you guys keep on trucking. And I thank you for that.
Y'all, I kind of believe they, in a way, you guys kind of close that curtain as the YouTube and the other communities, such as, like, us, maybe Facebook. I don't know how many groups are actually really going at y'all on this, really, but I've seen a lot of it. I played the first Christmas after it launched, and it was okay. The players were mad. The game was, to me, I enjoyed a floating rock. I enjoyed the dog with the scorch with the go-go gadget neck, as me and my wife and kids call it now. Or other people are like, oh, look, Bethesda can't do nothing right. Lol, I guess they're going to start a war. And I watched a YouTuber say #Warren Bethesda with his, one day with one of his videos, as he was speculating that playing Nuclear Winter is his video, speculating updates and stuff. And I was like, where's a war needed? And then I went digging and I saw it, like you said, Brahma, it doesn't matter the community more what Bethesda does. It didn't matter if Todd gave $1 million to save the trees. They'd hate him for some reason. And my message to Bethesda is, I got two things to say. Please make the Jingles the Moon Monkey holotype game able to be obtained in Fallout. It's also very funny you're teasing us with it, because I knew it was a cut content for Fallout 4. The second thing is, I don't care if nukes actually become a real thing in the real world, because we're following Bethesda. I'm on y'all's side. I got y'all's fighting side. They'd have to kill me to get me to not want to play a Bethesda game.
If I had a sword, and a shield,
even with the miniguns.
If I had a sword and shield in this, I would have the Bethesda logo printed onto it.
Oh yeah.
I'm not afraid to show where I stand, and I stand with you guys who don't deserve what has been going on over the past, I would say, ever since Fallout 76 was released. So much hatred, so much salt, so much. Just everyone was so willing to get on the bandwagon of hating on Bethesda and Fallout and Todd Howard, but I just don't see it.
Hey, Todd looks like a pretty cool dude. I don't think I'll ever get the real ability to actually go say, wow, this is what Bethesda Game Studios looks like. Oh my gosh, that's Todd. But I actually remember seeing a joke about him being the son of, in the background of Fallout. And you know what? Maybe that's a good thing. Aside that the joke really wasn't good, but in the concept that he's here, and like you said, they still make stuff. And hell, with the movie coming out, not movie, but the show on Amazon, I don't have a Prime account that I have right now that, but I'm gonna get one when I hear they get a little further in, because game shows, I'm gonna call it game show because it's about a game or a book that's about the game base, and then the movie, they don't usually make it. There was, Scott Cawthon with this FNAF, and it was like, right before it left, here's Bethesda and getting some people, what was it, a lawsuit? over them borrowing content that wasn't okay from Fallout Shelter, and they, I guess you guys started talking with these people after it was over. It's like, hey, let's make a movie. Or a TV drama, or whatever you want to call it at this point. And I'm like, yes. Well, Oxhorn may over-exaggerate how excited he is. I'm looking forward to it. You know, it didn't bother me a bit to get excited. But, I mean, Oxhorn was like, yeah, a movie, or something like that. I was like, that's scripted. I mean, this is something that's going to be big for the company, whether it be to the community be bad big, or it actually be big and it makes a bunch of money. I'm on their side regardless. I mean, like I said, the only issues I've ever had with the game ever with some little issues about crashing, and those are fixed. The turrets, those are fixed. And then the fact that the holotape game is teasing me, it's not a bad, that one's just a nitpick, because I knew it was Fallout 4 cut content. We have 9 of the others, of the many others from Fallout 4 in this game. And the Jingles one is an homage to it being cut. And I love to listen to the holotapes. I love the voice acting and the scripting, and the games are a hell of amazing. It brings me back a lot of nostalgia for me playing a Game Boy or an NES when I play those. And just having the Jingles Mirror Monkey right there, it's like, oh man, we could find out what that's like, because I think it was cut before Fallout 4. But now it has an established canon, because it's 25 years post bombs, and here's the nine regular games you see in Fallout 4, just those 9, and then Jingles, and that one was cut from Fallout 4. So that one would be a hell of a fun to have a canon in 76 only. But we're on your side, Bethesda, here. Like I said, no matter what happens, I'm siding with Bethesda. I don't care if they're running bankrupt and they have to cut some of their games loose to keep ends going. You know, I don't care if other, like, if enemy players are like, well, you like Bethesda, I'm gonna hunt for you. I'm siding with Bethesda. That's why me and Bombay make lots of videos on the game and how much we like about the game. We've speculated theories about Overseer, and hopefully you'll get the chance to watch some of them. You know, it's inspired me even to want to become a developer of my own game, or help join Bethesda entirely on a very large scale, like right up there next to Todd or something. It's inspiring to see you guys get so much hate that y'all get, and 99% of it's so undeserving, unfair. You know, I don't know how long this video is really going to last, but I remember one dude I met one day from a group of fairly sketchy players. One of them's like, we need a pipe shotgun. It's not that hard to just code in a shotgun shell and a pipe shotgun with animation. And I went off on him. I told him, this game is the way it is, and everything that moves in this game, whether it be water, dust clouds, the rain, it all costs something on a price tag of animation. It costs a little bit of something to the game server and the engine. So that's why we don't have the floaters yet, and that's why we don't have creepy things like the centaurs in Fallout 4 we could have had in this game, but because even then on Fallout 4, that was a lot on that engine. But see, I'm perfectly fine with most of the gameplay, if not all of it. I love the outfits, all the Atom Shop updates come through, and I spend money off my debit card to get atoms on a religious note just to help, because it's amazing. Now with the we did it. There it goes. I blipped out for a minute. It's just how it is, though, I guess. I enjoy the video cutout. I was saying that even though I'm not getting my 1,600 atoms that I'm supposed to be getting for the bullet first, I'm not. You don't see me running around like some players do. Like, oh yeah, on Reddit, they're like just being toxic. Who cares about if you feel like Bethesda is wrong? You're not. People just don't know how to put themselves in a way in the company's shoes, in a form of sales, or how hard is it to do? Because coding is not easy. I have a friend that you know him by William. He could have went to college free ride for coding and the stuff he does. He taught himself how to do it, and he says, "Don't do it. Don't ever do it. If you can help it, don't do it. It's hard." And I saw what he was doing. It is hard. I took a class like that, intro to it, in middle school / high school, and in high school year I didn't take it yet. The amount of, I'll be a little weird here, the amount of you're required to even put enough coding in to make your own website is hard, let alone do it at a Fallout level where it's open world and everything happens. So a couple of mistakes here and there, like they've made, like where the turrets don't work or something doesn't go exactly correct, or the
I wouldn't say
with
those
the
were
250
mistakes.
damage
Those were just
resistance
times
while
where
aiming
things
or
went wrong.
reloading moment, it's a coding error. It's completely okay with me.
I wouldn't even say those were mistakes. I just said that's where something went wrong under their nose, But.
Right. Well, it could have been a coding error, and it could have been, simple.
But
things happen.
I want to mention what sickened me the most. Had I not gotten Fallout 76 for Christmas, under the guise of people just saying it was terrible, I would have never played it, and I would have been on that bandwagon. But I got it for Christmas, and I said, hey, I can't just. I mean, I could just not play it, but I have it.
Why not?
I might as well see.
You got nothing better to do, right?
Well, I did, but I was like, I might as well just see
That's
what
what
the
I'm
rave is
saying.
about. Why are people hating it so much?
Right.
I saw issues, but through those issues, I saw potential, and I did not.
I saw a masterpiece.
I did not hit. I wouldn't say a masterpiece, but it
I'm not
wasn't
calling it a
nearly as
masterpiece.
bad as people were making it out to be.
Right.
I don't know.
Like I said, Fling Rock here and there is fun to look at. A Go-Go Gadget neck scorch.
I
That
don't
makes
care
me
if it
almost wish for
has a
beta.
floating rock. A visual error isn't really a problem. It's
I
just
think it looks fine.
people make it out to be a problem.
Oh, yeah, they act like
the
it's
real
nuclear.
problems are things that come in to stop stop the game from being able to be played, that make the game almost unplayable or less easy to
Like
play.
the guy at the Voshnock event that attacked me because he was shrunk off a fat man, and it was launching 16 or so. It's in a bundle of like I guess 16 me nukes, and he was launching off like a
Or
freaking
the fact
automatic
that-
weapon.
or in
And
for
I asked him
example,
to chill, and he used that to crash my game through the form of making it lag.
Or, for example, let's go to a different game here. Let's say the fact that in a different game, let's imagine that you'd be able to walk or fall through the floor. If you're able to fall through the floor, that's just going to be like, that's less playable. It's like something that creates a complete halt.
It doesn't halt your game, really. I mean, it happens in the Fallout sometimes as well, but it's not as bad as getting, what was it that I was playing recently? It's not like getting Dark Souls 3 and spending 5 hours of gameplay knowing nothing about the game, jumping and then trying to learn on your own, only for something like, oh look, not only are you fighting the first boss of the tutorial world, which a lot of Bethesda players might know, like the company members might know, you fight a boss with a sword, and all of a sudden you pull the sword out of him, and as soon as you do, it's like Doom error 505, boss is not found, false code number, and because of that your game's screwed. There's a lot of games I could mention I've played in the past that the second something goes wrong, the whole game just goes and gets some dysentery, and it's gone. And it's ruined actual companies as well. Like Sea of Thieves had one where at a certain point in time, I have 2 games on my list right now. It's Call of Duty World War II and Sea of Thieves. They got an update. Both of them got an update, and my Xbox will not read them. It takes those games and says, that's a problem. That's not my problem, though. And it just doesn't accept it. I didn't have to play either one of those games. I'm glad I didn't, because they're pretty toxic. But as far as Bethesda goes, that's the only 2 out of 3 games I own. It's the most played, like on the Xbox specifically, and it's still the most played game I own. I'd rather play a Fallout game than I would, let's say, Minecraft, that recently, happy whatever you, Minecraft, y'all sold 7.8 million copies. Whoop-de-doo for you, but I'm going to go back to the Wasteland, where it's less cartoony and sometimes more interesting to find random stuff. Like, your desert temples look nice and all, but y'all are pre-generated loot. I can go bother a super mutant, and like we did what you're just now doing Beckett's Quest, and okay, it had an issue fast traveling. I ended up having to fast travel on the Ash Heap Horde event for the mutants. We ended up getting a big old refight.
And that's something I wanted to mention. That was more of my fault because I wasn't paying attention to where I was going. It's a hell of a lot more fun than running around into a bunch of zombies in Minecraft. Right. But that was also because I wasn't paying attention to where I was going. But
yeah, it was so fun.
We just wanted to say this because I just feel that you guys don't get enough, if not any of this appreciation. That it's just so.
I think y'all deserve some appreciation, really. Hell, I think y'all might need a vacation. I mean, it just, quote unquote, Warren Bethesda is, like me and Brombike kind of say, you're mad at us for PvP, or you're mad at us for this or that. Warren Bethesda, reason, insert bullshit here. In other words, there's no reason for it. I mean, Todd is not greedy, and Todd is not bad. And if the game was,
if they were greedy,
anything like the game where it was like
a $10 price tag on that pass, they didn't.
I'm enjoying that. Yes, I know in 2 weeks it'll be Atom Shop applicable, where you can throw atoms at it to advance. But that's not that bad to me.
And if they were greedy, they wouldn't have allowed you to get atoms for free.
Yeah. Or caps would become harder to get, or you know.
If they were greedy, they would have usually put a random legendary for 150 atoms. You know, spend money here.
Or do like Rockstar, where the second you do get something from them, they wipe your in-game account clean because you had it there for longer than 5 seconds. That right there is one of the biggest reasons why I prefer Fallout to any other game.
You can't do this. Would you like to purchase money? Would you like to purchase money? You can't do this. Would you like to purchase money?
It's right up in your face like a damn virus ad.
I'm very appreciative of that.
I'm
very appreciative that I'm not thrown in my face that the Atom tag is not thrown in my face. If anything, it's more thrown in my face that I get atoms more than to buy something with atoms.
Right. It's a thrown in the face to be grateful, right? And I hope that any, Bethesda person, male, female, it doesn't matter to me, as long as you get it and know that we're on your side here. There's no reason to warn Bethesda right now because they're warring them. Players are already warring themselves as it is. They're warring themselves out. And they're running out of things to complain about in other video games. So they're coming over here and saying, oh, look, Bethesda had a bad beta start. Oh, look, some players got a backpack and were bitching about how the backpack was. Well, maybe you get what you pay for if you're, a bad player doing a bad thing does not get good attention when the company company shows up, right?
Right.
If a player goes around attacking people and exploiting stuff to the point where Bethesda has to tag you or whatever and kick you out because you're being bad, I think it would only be fair that when that person gets screwed over, it's karma. They lost karma, right? That's a Fallout 3 thing, I believe. You lost karma because you looted a safe that belonged to somebody else. But that's just not going to really. They shouldn't have to, and they don't need to help you if that faction all of a sudden decides, well, I'm going to break NPC rules and I'm going to start doing things that only a human player would do. But that's just going to be like, that's not my problem. After all, you did just lose enough karma to make them hostile, right? There's no reason to say, oh, here, I know you did wrong, but here, let me help you. At that point, if Bethesda did, you're kind of taking that person's ego and stroking it like a cute little cat. You're just going to feed it. You're feeling like. Again, my only issue right now is, and it's just a little bitty nitpick, that I would like to give that holotape game as an obtainable thing that's on the board. It's just because I'm quite curious. I love holotape games to the point that I played.
Knowing how much Bethesda pays attention to detail, we'll get that with due time.
Oh yeah, I like the fact that they mentioned it at least on the board game, because I guarantee 5, maybe less % of Fallout 4 players know about that game. They know about that. 5 of them. I'm now maybe one of that 5 or less. Because there's not a lot of people that data mine as they will in Fallout, though. Here, in this Fallout, they'll data mine like crazy. And I don't like it when people have to data mine. Can't you just sit down and wait? Do you have to go into the PTS and be a dick and then record everything and then come back and say, here, let me spoil it for everyone, because here's what's happening at the Wastelanders update. Like, NL Survivalist kind of does it in a way. She'll tell you spoilers, but then it'll show dog Bethesda and Foshnock and stuff. Okay? You know, if anything, I think if you want to dog some players for anything, don't dog Bethesda and Foshnock, because she later on stopped doing so, and she started dogging players for using explosive bait as grenades, which is actually, very scary, in my opinion, because we had a player run up and he's like, hey MF, I'm abbreviating very foul language here, buy my BS or else 30 cats each for every bit of it, or else. And I'm like, and I was like, I started walking off because I'm like, throwing hands up in the air, I'm not dealing with this crap. And then he turns around and he throws explosive bait at me, and I had like a 2-second margin to bail off the world before he almost killed me. Or the fact that someone thought, well, hey, I know this event of Foshnock is seasonal. Doesn't bother me a bit because I didn't get the shit I wanted last year. Let me fill the world up with power armor chassis that I just happen to lug around with me for no reason, so I can screw the event for everyone else. You're not warring Bethesda, you're warring yourself out, and then you're going to have to find something else to do. If anything, I think those players need a little bit of time off the game anyways, because that's just, Yeah. And, but we make videos for the company. We make videos about the company. We talked about the Overseer, a little bit of speculation pre-Wasteland. I don't think we posted it, but we came back and did it again as a bundle, right? We went back again and we talked about that, as well as I think about what actually happened, though, of how we thought, where could she have gone if she left West Virginia? And given that the 2 girls at the beginning are from Virginia, and some of them are from the Pit, not Pittsburgh. Some people keep saying, oh, it's Pittsburgh. I don't think so. But there it goes again. We were out there speculating and theorizing and saying, well, what if? And could she, we said, well, could she have gotten a stim pack from the bed and breakfast? And then she went to walk out of the state to get help. Could she have gotten a couple stems along the way, given that stems now, as of right now, you kill any settler or raider and there's a stim pack on their body almost immediately. So could she have gotten a stim pack and made do, maybe even diluted it into a few other stim packs and laid low? And, I think this game is, I don't know, I don't really... it's you if you don't think it's a masterpiece, Bromby, but I think with the amount of rough start and constant roughness that Bethesda went through, that was just the players, in a way, trying to halt the process of turning that coal chunk that was already pretty useful for society, as it is, into a diamond. They just didn't want it becoming a diamond. Here it is. As it is with Wastelanders, it became a diamond. Now you're just cutting that diamond up to look even better. With every next update. The Brotherhood of Steel, you know.
Like I said, I wouldn't
What are
call
your
it a
thoughts?
masterpiece, but it is amazing nonetheless. Just the amount of stuff that we've gotten in the past, and I can't say I perfectly have always loved this game like I do now, but because I took a little bit of a break. It was like 6 months. But after I'd come back, I had not quit since. I'd at least play it. I'd play it almost every day.
Yep. From late in the afternoon for you to late at night, right?
Right.
And me, as soon as I get up in the morning, I make coffee, and I immediately go to playing the game. Because my wife's usually at work, and I stay home doing a little bit of military stuff here and there. I get to work from home currently because I'm on R&R for this COVID nonsense. And I'm watching my kids, and we're all in the same room just watching Dad play Fallout. They're mesmerized by this.
I get up and give myself 10 minutes, go to the shower.
And start your day.
Clean the sleep out of my eyes and off my face. And
yep. And then you're right off to Fallout right beside me shortly after, around that time.
Right. Well,
I just feel like making this video.
The only reason I'm not being lenient with the word, I'm being very hesitant with the word masterpiece, is because there's not a lot of things that I would call that. It's just that's for whenever something hits the peak of perfection. Fallout, while amazing, it has its.
Yeah. What did I tell the players that think Fallout's shit and every other game is better? The Fallout's lucky. They had their problems ahead of time. Therefore, they had to work out the diamond in the rough early on to get to Wastelanders. And that's what I tell people. You're just jealous that Bethesda had their problems earlier than your game. So now when your game runs around and has the same-ish problems as Bethesda's later on down the road, they're not going to make it. Let's take COD, for example, Call of Duty. They don't have a lot of issues besides the players. Bethesda's lucky for having their problems early on because it's giving them a chance to learn what they don't know, fix what they do know, and watch their game sort of slowly become a masterpiece. Where COD is like, everyone loved it up to Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and after that everyone was like, meh, but it still makes a couple grand or more almost every day, month, whatever. Well, what's going to happen when they have the same problem as Bethesda? They're not going to be able to fix their shit because they're too busy doing other projects, like updating one of their games or doing the VR title that everyone wants to, for some reason, do. And Bethesda's going to just lean back in their chair and be like, well, I guess Gas was right. Gas Soldier was right. We had our problems early, and we're now sitting on top of the totem pole because we had a couple of supporters, a little bit of war or whatever, and here we are still here, but COD's now having their problem. You know, I'm very proud of Bethesda.
Yeah.
I know that probably doesn't say a hell of a lot, but every new addition to the game, whether it be the Flyboy outfit or the Legendary Run, or hell, just bringing back old cosmetics from the Atom Shop, it's genius.
Well, I just wanted to make this as a thank you to Bethesda.
Right.
We're probably going to be trucking the Wasteland alone, but at least we know where we stand. Thank you. Yes. For being
Welcome.
here in this. And thank you for Bethesda for all your continued efforts. And I will wish you the best, all of you, and that big old team of yours, in any future efforts. I hope you enjoyed this.
Yep.
This will be Bromby signing off.